My name is Dr. Richard Deth. I'm a professor of pharmacology at Northeastern University in Boston. And I'm speaking here this time in reference to the upcoming hearings concerning the safety of amalgam-derived mercury as a potential cause of Alzheimer's disease, but also other neurological disorders that can affect the brain function throughout the lifespan. In fact, my research has focused on the important role of antioxidant abilities of the brain and the antioxidant metabolism of the brain, because the brain uses oxygen at such a high rate that it's excessively dependent on antioxidant compared to other tissues of the body. The important point in relation to amalgams is that mercury, when it is able to access the brain, crossing the blood-brain barrier, which it does, is able to bind to the antioxidant enzymes that contain the important element called selenium. And the binding of mercury to selenium and selenium-containing proteins is irreversible. And in this mechanism of action, which is the nature of my own research of a molecular nature, we can describe the mechanism by which mercury causes neurotoxicity. And it can interfere with neurodevelopment and can interfere with the function during middle age and can interfere with the survival of neurons and the brain during older age. So recognizing the chemical and metabolic toxicity of mercury coming from amalgams or from any other source for that matter, we can appreciate that there is a very realistic, very tangible mechanism by which the presence of this form of mercury in amalgams can contribute to neurological diseases. And the risk of this is not equal for all individuals. People carrying certain Alzheimer's disease-related genes, like ApoE4, for example, or other genes that have been identified as being related to Alzheimer's, make them more susceptible to mercury. So mercury is not a new story. It's not a new toxicity related to Alzheimer's, but it's really an explanation for what it is that combines with known genetic risk factors to produce the health problems, the neurodegeneration, loss of memory, and things like that that are characteristic of Alzheimer's disease. So I think the scientific evidence, both of a molecular nature as well as a epidemiologic and a clinical nature, all comes together to indicate and support the importance of reducing mercury exposure, and part of that from amalgams in order to decrease the risk of Alzheimer's.